The worst day to rob a bank. Rule number 1 for being a successful robber. Choose the day of the robbery wisely. Frank didn't do it. The plan, which seemed good in his head, Frank had been planning the heist for months. A small bank without much security and with old cameras that barely worked. We get in fast, we get out faster, he said to his partner Ricky. What if something goes wrong? What could go wrong? That sentence doomed him. The big mistake. On the day of the robbery, Frank and Ricky arrived with their masks on. Everything was going well until they noticed something odd. Hey Frank. What? I think we picked the worst possible day. Frank looked around. Oh no, it was police day. The bank was full of officers on their lunch break. Literally, almost all the customers were uniformed police officers. Run, Ricky whispered. You run. But it was too late. A police officer looked at them and frowned. Why are you wearing ski masks in the middle of summer? Frank thought quickly. We're party entertainers. The police officer didn't believe him. So why does Ricky have a gun? Silence. It's a toy. Ricky accidentally fired a shot at the ceiling. It wasn't a toy. The most ridiculous chase in history. The bank exploded into chaos. Frank and Ricky ran like crazy. The police didn't even have to call for backup. They were all already there. Get down! One yelled. I'm not going back to jail. Ricky shrieked. You've never been to jail, Frank shouted. That's why I don't want to go. The two ran for the back door and crashed into a group of incoming police officers. The obvious ending, Frank and Ricky were arrested in less than 2 minutes. As they were handcuffed, an officer laughed. Guys, of all the days to rob a bank, you picked police day? Frank sighed. We're not very smart, are we? Ricky nodded, depressed. No, we're not. Epilogue. The lesson learned. The headlines the next day were brutal. 2 idiots tried to rob a bank full of cops. The stupidest robbery of the year. Frank and Ricky became famous, but for all the wrong reasons. And in prison, Frank promised himself one thing. If he ever attempted another robbery, at least he'd check the calendar first. The end.